24/7, and I hope that you are ready for this show that we're going to have for you today. It's going to be a great show, and I'm looking forward to my co-host, Mr. Clark Foster, bringing it to you and letting you know what's happening. This is BNN 247, the real voice of Black America, broadcasting the news from a Black perspective. We don't own the rights to the music, but we do own the rights to what we say. Today, I really had to think that this was going to be a topic of something that nobody really wants to talk about. But we're going to go in deep on this topic. Can a Black man clean up his presentation? And then we're going to talk about some additional things along with that, especially what's going on in the news, and especially what's circling around our conversation we were having just before we came on live. So without further ado, I would like to introduce to some and present to others, not only my infamous friend and co-host, Mr. Clark Foster, coming to us at BNN 247. Welcome, Mr. Foster.
Good afternoon, my brother. Happy pre-Black History Month. I'll give us a few extra days to digest Black History Month. You know, we got the shortest month of the year. We talk about the most critical subjects. We had an interesting conversation before we came on air.
Come on, let's pick it back up. We're going to get into our topic, but we can still talk about this too.
Well, no, it kind of goes back to what we're talking about, Black History Month being the shortest month of the year. You know, and how we're shortchanged in every aspect in this country. And you was asking me earlier, did I eat Spam? And I said, I don't eat Spam. I don't eat sardines. I don't eat sardines and crackers.
You don't eat chitlins?
I'll eat chitlins.
Ham hocks, neck bones, hog maws, hog ears, pigtails, pig feet.
I don't eat nothing that the slave master introduced in our diet that we embrace.
See, I'm glad you said it just like you said it, because the way you said it tells a story. And the story is, how can we as Black people honestly say we gonna pick these few things and continue to do them, and we not gonna do these few things? We're going to be selective in our choices of what we take from the slave master onto our future lives. And you said that the things that the slave master fed us, we're not going to eat any. I'm not eating anymore. And I'm with you on that, because I ain't going to eat it either.
No, it's the most unhealthy. It's the unhealthiest diet that was introduced to the slaves. And we adopted it as some kind of tradition. It's sick.
I think so too.
I mean, that's my take on it.
See, we can go deep into it, and we can bring up some stuff that nobody really wants to talk about. But I want to go back to our topic. Can a Black man clean up his presentation? What the hell does that mean? What does it mean to you? And then I'll tell you what it means to me.
I mean, when I first read the topic,
and as you talk, Claude, I'll be looking at TikTok, so don't stop just because I say something.
When I first saw the topic for the day, I thought, is the topic more about being white in America than being Black? And then, what is Black? I mean, is everything Black negative? We have to clean up our Blackness. What are we talking? How do we?
What are we talking about? Cleaning up?
Yeah. How do we frame it? I mean, how do we frame? Put some clarity to it.
Okay.
In terms of
what am I talking about?
Are you talking about hygiene? You're talking about
yes.
The way we wear our clothes. You talk because all that the image that was created of the Black man wasn't created by us.
By the Black man, no.
Black man.
No, it was not.
I don't know how much of that creation is. I don't know how much of that imagery that we see and that we interpreted to be Black is Black behavior. I think it's created by movie industry. It's created by like
The entertainment industry too.
like I was telling you about the book Race, Trace, and Tendencies of the Black Man. All this kind of nonsense. So, because I got on my Obama hat to say that, you can't get more
black.
More everything that we're going to talk about today than Obama. The cleanest, the most articulate, the most refined, his wife, his children of white America than anybody. And you see, they tried to destroy him and his family.
They tried.
They even criticized the base.
They didn't try. Donald Trump tried. I'll put it like that. Let's call a damn elephant an elephant.
But I understand the subject. I think we're talking about. I think you're taking it to that level because we got to deal with us. I mean, whether it's hygiene, whether it's the way we wear our pants down to our knees, whether it's the manner in which we speak, the slang language that we use. I mean,
Now we like the word funky. Let's get funky, y'all. Now,
James Brown gave us that.
Yeah, we love the word funky, but in reality, if you funky, don't nobody want to be around you. So we take funky and make it into a positive, just like we take bad things or bad words that and make it into a positive. That's the shit, I'm sorry to use that profanity word, but SHIT, it can be used as a positive and a negative.
Right.
So I picked a topic today that we have because I wanted us to understand that we didn't just learn how to wipe our behinds. We didn't just learn how or what that was growing in between our toes. We did not just learn that our private areas stink. And that's go ahead.
But I guess, are you saying that about the black race in general? I mean,
no.
I mean, how are we?
Let me explain. Can I explain?
Yeah.
When I talk about topics like this, although it's specifically 100% about black people,
right.
It does not mean that we're comparing ourselves to white people. It means that there's a standard for us, not derived from white people either, but there's a standard for us. As if you took off all of our clothes, how would we stand? It's our character. That's what we're building on. Not the clothes we wear, not how we wear them. It's whether we're funky or whether we smell good. We love some cologne, but that ain't what it's about. It's about how do you take a bath.
But I guess the question that maybe the listeners would have was, why this subject for us?
That's the exact reason why. Because nobody ever want to talk about that. Nobody talks about black men taking a bath. Nobody wants to talk about these type of subjects, even though we got some funky ass people out here. And I'm just going to be honest with you and just say it out. But I apologize again. I'm trying my best not to be using profanity. But
I get you. I'm pushing you on this a little bit because
I want you to. We got some stinky people out here. And then if you let's say
James Brown said make it funky.
Yeah, they're making it funky now. Black people know how to make it funky, but we also know how to make it smell good. But there's a basic step and procedure that you got to follow if you intend to always present yourself in a particular manner. In other words, when you walk out of your house, let's say just to put the trash can out on the street so the garbage man can pick it up, are you concerned about your hair being combed? Are you concerned about having shoes on your feet? Are you concerned about your clothes being a particular way? Or do you just run it out there and don't give a damn how you look? And it ain't about what the neighbor think. It ain't about what the white folks think about how black folks look. It ain't got a doggone thing to do with white people. It's all about black folks and what black folks can do to bring us to another level. And I don't mean to put you in a position of stereotyping, but you noticed a black person coming out of the street with burnt fingertips, burnt lips, nappy hair, pants sagging, and then a black man coming off with a nice pair of pants on, a shirt on, hair comb, look well groomed, and y'all both go in to get something. Unfortunately, because you're in America, they're gonna wait on that man in the suit first. That's just the nature of the beast. That's what they do, even though you are there first in your sagging and in your nappy hair and your house shoes, they're going to wait on him first because you have put yourself in a position to be treated as a second-class citizen. And that's what my objective is to start at the boot, the basics.
So you think that's the cause of second-class citizenship?
It's 1,001 causes. I think you can only eat an elephant one bite at a time.
But you think that's a cause, not the only cause, but you think that's one of the reasons for second.
You're all right. You're right. I'm 100%. I've been on the board watching people come to the board for an interview, and I'm not gonna hire somebody that ain't got enough sense to take care of themselves.
Well, no, that's different than somebody coming in for a job. They should be prepared. They should be clean. They should be properly dressed. Versus someone who you just described is on the street that walks into a store and they're gonna mistreat that person based on a certain standard of dress versus the person in the suit and tie.
Why you got to get ready?
Right. What?
Why do you have to get ready?
No, I guess what I'm saying. I think we're. I'd be curious to see.
You're talking the same.
I'd be curious to see how the listeners see this.
I'm just coming at you in a different way. I'm saying I got a big C on here. I got a Buffon, Buffone 42. That's a weird name. Lim Henlhen. I can't pronounce that one. Some weird names today, but good to see y'all on TikTok as well as on YouTube, Facebook, and any other platform that we may be broadcasting on. I wanted to go into how a black man cleans his body, and once you clean your body, it makes you want to put on some beautiful clothes. It makes you want to go show who you are and how you represent a whole culture and not just your individual household. And if you just representing your individual household and you out there looking like I just said with house shoes on and your pants came off and a bonnet on your head and you ain't took no bath and you ain't shaved if you need to shave, if you're a shaver, you going out in the public and people see you.
So what you're saying?
They see you too.
That are permanent hippies. They're permanent hippie.
Well, we blew it so bad. In other words, we blew who we are, where we stand, what we have in our favor, and we blew it because we thought we gained independence. That's what happened when we thought we gained independence. We let go of our drive to be all we can be. So if you think about it, from the 70s, the late 70s to the 90s, to the late 90s, we lost everything. We lost everything. We had no self-pride. We had no character, no confidence, no leadership, no nothing. We had nothing to propel us forward, so we went astray. It's just like those wild elephants over there. When they kill all the bull elephants for the ivory, all you got are those adolescent elephants running around terrorizing Africans, terrorizing the state or country. Until you move some more mature elephants in, when you move those mature elephants in to calm those crazy adolescent elephants down, then you can make a difference. Right now, there's nobody here to calm nobody down. So everybody's running buck wild.
You remember the movie? You remember the movie Eddie Murphy where he was playing like he was handicapped, pushing himself down the streets of Philadelphia. What was the name of that movie?
I don't remember, but I remember seeing the movie.
Murphy, and then them rich white guys adopted him, and he changed the way he looked and everything. You can't believe it's the same.
Over $1.
Yeah, and then he gave him $1. He took
it. Was a bet. It was a bet.
But he cleaned himself up.
Mm-hmm.
So what you're saying, every black person in America has that opportunity to
you got to think out the box. You got to think bigger than yourself, because when you just represent, you can only be yourself, but you're viewed as a culture. You're not viewed as an individual.
Given the fact that we're judged as a group, we're not judged individually.
Right.
What you're saying, it makes all the sense in the world, because wherever there's one, how they saying where the one there, we are judged based on we are judged as a group. We're not judged individually.
Right.
You're not judged as Smith-Bey. So if Clark comes along and look and manifests all the things that we're talking about on the show, Smith-Bey is judged in that same fashion.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of what Smith-Bey has on. Because you're not an individual.
Doesn't even matter. A white woman will clutch her purse if you walk by in a 3-piece suit, or if you walk by in a convict outfit. If you black, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you wear in the eyes of them. That's why I'm telling you right now, I'm not here to try and get you in the comparison of anything. I'm trying to get you to look at self and believe in self and bring self to another level of representation.
Yeah, manifest. Yeah.
But in order to do that, you have to start somewhere. And in order to start, you have to understand how to take a bath. The simplest thing you have to do that you've been doing all your life, almost, and for most of us, every single day of our lives, we take a bath, some kind of bath. Brushing our teeth, to cutting, shaving. Now, I'm going to talk shaving, because most black people don't know how to shave, and they end up with bumps all over their skin. I had, when I was in the military for 3 years, I had this problem with my skin, so I had to learn how to shave.
Did you ever have a waiver? Did they give you a waiver?
Yeah, I had a bump profile. That's what they call it. Okay. So I learned how to shave with a single edge blade, with a straight edge. And since I started shaving with a straight edge, I never, ever had another problem with an ingrown hair in my face. So, but I'll tell you what I did have a problem with. I had a problem with cutting cutting up my face all the time until I learned how to use that thing. It takes time to learn how to use a straight razor.
Get away with giving waivers at all.
Hmm?
The Trump administration, in terms of the Department of Defense, they don't give waivers at all. Or if they do,
waivers.
The DOD, yeah, they don't. Those pseudophilitis waivers.
What are you talking about?
The waivers.
For pseudo. Philitis.
Yeah, they've stopped giving those. Because brothers used to just constantly wear, they wear beards.
We all had beards, didn't we? All the brothers had beards. Everybody I knew had a beard. I mean, but once you learn how to shave, you don't have to worry about it anymore. So, and I'm saying that to grown people right now, or young kids growing up that don't know how to, that are starting to shave and you're starting to bump real bad. Learn how to shave with a straight razor. Go on YouTube and look at how to use that straight razor and get one and start practicing with it. But you're gonna cut yourself. Just know that you're gonna bleed. But it's gonna take you about a year or so to learn how to use it. But once you learn how to use it, man, you can shave in less than 3 minutes and you can be done and no problem. Won't cut yourself at all. I shaved an hour, 2 hours ago with a straight razor, and I didn't cut myself.
Now, a straight razor is different than just a razor.
Hmm. A straight razor is just like a razor blade. That's all it is. It's a razor blade on this little apparatus that you use to guide around your face.
So it's like a chic razor. That's not a straight razor.
I'm gonna have to show you. Give me a second.
While he's going to get that, I'm just curious as to, because you've seen the razors the barbers use. It's just one long razor on a stick, and they shave you with it. Is that different than like them shit triple razors that we buy in the store? That's what I use. And so I'm just trying to get some clarification on that for our listeners.
See, those razors are not designed for black people. They're designed for white people.
The shit razor.
That's why we can't. We got to stop you thinking we can use their stuff. But we've done it hundreds of years. It's not designed for us. But this is your straight razor.
Okay, that's what I thought.
I've shaved with this thing for 50 years, 45 years now. Let's see if I can get it over here.
Using that.
Huh?
Yeah, that's a dangerous weapon.
It is. If you don't know how to use it, you better learn because you will cut yourself up bad.
Now, is that considered a weapon if you're an ex-felon and you're walking down the street with that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this would be a straight razor. That's what they call it, and it would be illegal to carry down the street.
So you'd be in violation of your parole if you had a weapon, if you had a razor like that.
If you were walking down the street with it, not in your house.
Well, what if you're going to somebody else's house and
you had it in your pocket? If you had it in your pocket, you're wrong. You ain't got no business with that in your pocket. It's just that simple. You don't know what to say. If you had that razor walking down the street going in, I don't care if you were just running in the store and you had it in your pocket and got busted, then you getting charged with a misdemeanor for having a straight razor on your possession.
That ain't right.
How come it ain't right? You ain't supposed to have no straight razor. It's against the statutes.
If I had a chic razor in my pocket, that wouldn't be the same thing.
Yeah, because it's built different. The way it's built, man. I mean, some things like a gun is a semi-automatic weapon, right?
Yeah, but talking about compare apples to apples, a razor blade and a razor blade. One's a chic and the other is a straight razor.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be carrying that straight razor.
I'm comparing it to apples. A semi-automatic weapon to an automatic weapon. You can walk down the street with a semi-automatic weapon.
I'm saying that a chic razor got 3 or 4 blades, got 5 blades.
Yeah, but they enclosed in a cartridge. It's a cartridge. This is just a blade. See, look, let me show you something about this.
Man, that just looks so dangerous, man.
Mm-hmm. It is. The blade comes out, so it can be. It's a weapon. So
so when the blade gets dull, you can purchase blades.
You just put another blade in there. Yeah. All right, so that's just a razor blade. So if you're going to shave, you got to be black men. You cannot be using 2. You can use 2, 3, 4, 5 blades, or those Gillette or Schick, either one. It doesn't matter. That's not designed for your skin. It's designed for their skin. Our hair grows like this in circles. Their hair grows like this in a line.
So when you're going over with that 5 blade, it's catching. It's like
it's sharpening that hair follicle.
It gets it all. The 5 blades. So you got 1 blade over, you got 2 blades, but the hair is leaning the same way.
Yeah, it's going to take it all the way down. And then it's going to sharpen the edge of that hair. And then the edge of that hair is going to continue to grow. And it's going to roll because, like I say, our hair grows in circles. It's going to grow back into the skin. But with a straight razor, when you shave with a straight razor, it cuts your hair off straight across the top, just like those mountains at Big Bend National Park. It cuts it off. It's straight across the top. You don't have no knife edge on those hair follicles. But with that Gillette and that Schick, you do. You have a knife edge on your hair follicles.
I mean, it makes sense. I mean, I use the Schick. They're real expensive blades.
Yeah, and it's a waste. I mean, I wish more black people would take the time to learn how to use this straight razor because it's designed for them. Black people are straight razor people, not no damn Schick and Gillette. So that's the shave for your hair. I mean, you think you can take a soap bar and shampoo your hair with it? No. Black people, stop thinking that a bar of soap can wash every damn thing. You can't wash your clothes with a bar of soap. You can't wash your hair with a bar of soap. You need shampoo. It's different ingredients in everything you clean with. And if you out there washing your hair with a bar of soap and you wonder why you got this thick ass film or something on your hair, don't wonder. It's the soap. Stop washing. Huh?
The slaves use one thing.
Say what now?
Didn't the slaves just have one thing?
If you ain't got but one thing, you ain't got but one thing.
They bathe with it, they wash with it.
If that's all you got, that's all you got, Claude. If you only got one face towel or one towel, that's all you got. You don't use that. So all I'm saying is a straight razor is a good idea for people that don't know, that's trying to develop a way to shave. And shampoo. Now, conditioner, that's another story. I ain't never used no damn conditioner. I just don't use it. But I do use some oil that really works for me. And I'll have to show you guys on argan oil. That's what it's called.
But where are these black people that would need this kind of advice?
It's not for a specific black person. It's for the culture. When you talk to culture, you talking every swinging Richard. You talking black, native black. You talking imported black. You talking African black, Jamaican black, Cuban black, all Khmer black, all kind of black. You talking every black there is. There's a way to clean yourself, and if you ain't got no running water, that ain't no excuse. You know, I mean, I've seen the time I've taken a bath in a bucket in the woods. I shaved in that bucket. I brushed my teeth in that bucket. I washed my remove tooth in that bucket. And this is not just on the first day. This is on several days. So all I'm saying, again, black man. And I'm not even talking to the black women. I'm talking to the black men. Shave in a way that don't ruin your skin. And you cannot shave every day. You cannot shave every day. Your skin is not designed to shave every day. Don't do it. Every 2 days, every 3 days, something like that. Skip a day. Give your skin the time to recoup from what you're putting on it. That's stress to your skin. And if you don't want to be looking like a broke down 90-year-old man at 50, you need to start paying attention to how you clean your face. You know, you're scrubbing it any kind of way, and you're moving it in a kind of way, and you're pulling it in a kind of way. If you're not pulling your face up and out, then you ain't pulling it the right way. That's how you clean your face, up and out, up and out. And like I say, these are things that most people learn over lifetime. Not your mom don't give you no list and say, this is how you take a bath, boy. Wash your butt. You just go in there and run water on you and you think you're done, and they go run the finger behind your ear and they can smell it and know that you didn't wash it behind your ear because your ears stink. You ever notice that? Your mom could put her finger behind your ear and tell if you took a bath or not. Or if you washed the way you were supposed to. Because we would get in the tub and didn't wash nothing, just splash water around and get out and dry off and go to bed. You know, what's the point? Cleaning your ears, you got wax in your ears. You got hair growing in your ears. I've seen a guy with a tiny afro growing out of his ear. I mean, there was enough hair in that ear to put braids on. There was no way you would have that much hair growing out of your ear. You know, it's your responsibility as a man to cut it. Cut it. It doesn't look clean. And I don't see how you can do that. To me, it would itch. It was something would be going on. It would bother me. Moving on down your neck. I mean, you got skin tags. Most of us have skin tags, and if you don't know it by now, your Medicaid covers skin tags. Most healthcare coverage cover skin tags. Get those skin tags taken off. It's so simple and so easy. You know, I had it done. It's easy, and it's cosmetic. You got to look the way you should look. You don't have to let yourself go just because you're getting older.
You talking about those little black marks?
Yeah, like a little piece of skin that'll grow off like a mole. It's not a mole. It's they call them skin tags. You can get those taken off through your health insurance.
Oh, okay.
And they'll do it. It takes 10 minutes.
Show your neck or your face?
Neck, face, back, underarm, butt, wherever you may have a skin tag.
Oh, okay.
They'll take it off for you and it's so simple. All they do is take it's the smallest needle I ever seen. They take that needle and they shoot right underneath it, and then they take scissors and cut it. You don't feel it. You don't feel it, and it doesn't bleed. It's a thing that you can do. Skin tags can be removed. Hair in your nose. If your hair is going down, touching your top left out of your nose, then you got a problem. It's too long. And I'm telling you these things because you would be surprised that most people will go through their life and they never touch this stuff.
Yeah.
Eyebrows, you got to cut your eyebrows, you got to cut your mustache, you got to cut your beard. Underarm hair, you got to cut your underarm hair. You can't just let that stuff grow for life.
How? I don't never see that. I mean, I don't.
Go ahead. What'd you say?
It's real prevalent. I never see a lot of this.
Well, you're not gonna see it. It's not written anywhere. It's written in my book. I wrote my first chapter on how to clean yourself. I guess I'm anal about this topic.
What got you interested in that?
Including, I don't like illness. So anytime something's wrong with your body, you want to figure out everything. I mean, athlete feet, neuropathy. You have to know how. You have to know it's not because you didn't clean it. Your foot's itching because you didn't clean it. You don't want to. You don't want to be able to have to say that. You know, if you don't, you got an infection in your behind because you didn't clean it. You got a sore under your arm because you don't wash it. You know, all these little things that we can do to improve who we are, we got to slow down. One thing I've noticed over the last few days is that we're always clocking, trying to get there, trying to do this, trying to meet this timeline, trying to meet that timeline. Slow down, because it's nothing more important in your life. this moving, running, and doing this and doing that. Like I'm late. Oh, I'm late. I'm late. I'm late. Well, you get there when you get there. Yeah, just look back over your life. You've been late 101 times all your life, and ain't nothing different really happened since you've been late that 101 times. You get there, you still got there, and life went on. So look at it that way. When you get there, life gonna go on. Ain't nothing. You ain't delivering no old positive blood in a bag to keep somebody from passing away. You ain't doing that.
So timeliness ain't next to godliness.
Yeah, timeliness next to godliness. All right, so hair,
I mean, I what you're saying.
nose, huh?
No, go
So
ahead.
what?
No,
Now you go to your underarms, then you go down to your private parts. You know, a lot of people ain't circumcised these days. And if you're not circumcised, you ever not watch when they do a horse? You ever see them do a horse penis? When they do a horse penis, right? They bring out things bigger than a. You know what a big donkey is?
a what?
A big donkey.
A big donkey?
Big donkey.
I've never heard that term.
Gloria Jean, no. Steve, no. These are people I grew up with. We used to shoot marbles, right? And we had a big donkey.
Oh,
And the big donkey is about the size of a 50-cent piece.
Right.
Is that circumference. So inside that horse penis, when they clean it, which is usually once or twice a year, they pull out stuff about the size of a big donkey marble, and that stuff is built up because the horse ain't circumcised either. So he's got all that built up inside of his penis, and I'm saying that because of black men that are not circumcised and don't clean their penis the right way. Look at what you're going to end up with. You gotta clean that stuff, clean that skin. Get in there.
You have help. I mean, they go through this in school. I mean,
Where?
in health class. We had health classes in elementary.
I don't remember health class. I don't know.
Health classes at Clark Elementary. We had health classes. We had health. We got health textbooks.
What do you remember from health class?
Well, you bring up stuff that we talked about, cleanliness and stuff, and how to wash. And I'm just saying that we had health in elementary. We had health classes in middle school.
Mm-hmm. But were you in school to learn?
Alone?
No, to learn.
Yeah.
I don't know why I was in school.
I mean,
I can sit and say I was in school to learn.
Yes, it was something that we had to do.
Yeah, I was in school because it was something we had to do. I had no intention of learning a damn thing going up in there.
But now
I was in everything but school, man. I did not go to school to learn. But after high school, I learned my lesson. I know better now.
No, talking about these health, you're prompting my recall about where have I heard this before?
Mm-hmm.
And it was not everything that we're talking about. I don't think they used the horse example, but a lot of this stuff about cleanliness and doing this and doing that, we learned in health class. It was you're introduced to it in health.
Mm-hmm. I wish we were more attentive. Or classes are not as attentive as they should be. You got a choice in school these days to either pay attention or not. And you can sit there and look like you're paying attention and be in La La Land some doggone where. And I think most of the time I was in La La Land. I call myself working overnight. And, most of the time I was not there when I went to school. So it's a really sad
But no, these are.
thing
And I'm
that
glad we
we
talked about this
huh?
because it's not a subject that comes up in this type format.
Uh-huh. You're right. And I've even heard people say, "Well, I don't use a towel when I bathe."
What do you do?
Um, how do you bathe without using a towel?
Well, some
You know,
people air,
because
don't they
huh?
air, they say air drying is more hygienic.
No, I'm talking about when you got the shower. Let's say you're taking a shower and you got the shower running, and you get what do you get a towel, a face towel, and a bar of soap, or what do you get? What do you do?
A
Where do
sponge,
you start? What's the process?
you cut the water on, you get it hot, you lather up a spongy, and that's what you bathe with. You got sponge.
And do you wash your face and your butt with the same piece of
Oh,
equipment?
you do your face and stuff before you get in the shower. You got a separate
Oh, you
washcloth.
don't wash your face in the shower? See, different things. We do different things, huh?
You do your face and stuff either before or after you get in the shower
Why?
because you're not going to use the same sponge you wash your body with on your face
Well, why wouldn't you just have a face towel? Why do they call it a face towel?
because most people do their face when they brush their teeth either in the morning or when they get ready to go to bed at night.
Who says?
Well, who said to do it your way? I don't know. I don't know too many people that wash their face in the shower. You wash
Oh
your
yeah, man! Did you say you don't know nobody wash their face in the shower?
I don't, I don't use the spongy I don't use the spongy on my face. Oh,
Well, let's say you're gonna take a shower, right? You
mhm.
gonna get when you get in the shower. Do you wash your face at all? You gotta wash it. You get in the shower to wash.
I
Why
do
would
my
you not wash your face?
do your hair and you do your body. I don't. I got a separate washcloth to do my face because you're doing more than just your face. You're doing your ears. You're doing your nose. You're doing moisturizing your lips. I mean, you're doing a lot of other things that you can't do in the shower.
Yeah, and see, this is where it gets really touchy because I'm gonna tell you about me. I don't know about most people. I'm gonna tell you about me. I have two face cloths. One face cloth is specifically, unequivocally used for the neck up.
That's most people. That's
The
not.
other face cloth is specifically used for the neck down.
So you got it. So you don't use a sponge.
No, I have used them before though, but I don't use one right now.
They're more hygienic. They're better. They
How
are.
can- I mean, how can they be more hygienic?
They're more hygienic than a washcloth. I mean, that's what I'm told. That's why I use
Well,
them.
they entrap. They're like a sponge.
No, a washcloth can trap a face
That's why
cloth.
you change them every day.
One day you grab the wrong washcloth and wipe and
You
wipe.
just gonna have some booty face.
I mean, what if you go in there, you just automatically just, God damn, you got soap in your eyes. Just
you
grab
gonna
it.
have
Oh,
you gonna have some booty face because you gonna get your booty. You gonna be washing your lips with your booty towel.
uh,
You gonna be washing your lips with your booty towel.
next day you wake up, your lips all chapped, your eyes,
You in bad.
your
Yeah,
eyes,
you in bad shape, man.
damn.
Um,
Or
yeah,
and
but huh?
you might forget which washcloth is that you do your body and which one you do. Are they the same color? Are they different color?
Yeah, you have to develop your own routine. But the fact of it is, you when you wash, what's the sequence? Do you wash your hair first?
I do my hair, then I do my body, then I rinse my hair because you leave the shampoo in for a little while, and I rinse my body. And either would have when I get out of the shower, I'll do my face, go through all the different parts of your body, your nose, your ears, moisturize your lips, through your face. But that's all done with a separate washcloth in a separate environment, so ain't no mistakes made. That's why I do it that way. My wife does it that way.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been in my life. I've done it that way.
Yeah, and it works.
I learned that way.
The system works.
Yeah.
And so that's what I think. If you develop a system, then you got it beat. But many people don't ever take time to think about the system that they need to develop to clean their boo-boo tube. I mean, let's go to the bath. Let's go to the toilet. When you use the toilet, do you wipe forward or do you wipe backwards?
Well, you really going deep now. All up in people's business.
Okay, well, the average person, what would you think? The average person in my mind would wipe, if you're a man, he wipe forward. A woman wipe backwards.
If I can remember, yeah, that sounds about right.
and I'm going to tell you why I say that. I say a woman wipes backward because she wipes away from her front part.
Right.
And a man wipes forward because there's nothing there.
Right.
To stop him, So now you go from toilet paper.
But I don't, is that taught to you?
No, that's my point. It's never taught.
It's instinctively.
This is instinct. We instinctively don't need to wipe. You see babies walking around with a diaper full of boo-boo poop.
Yeah.
Because they don't, it doesn't bother them. It doesn't bother them. Who told Adam he was naked?
Well, if you believe in the Bible story, Eve. No, it wasn't Eve. It was who was it?
No, nobody. Nobody told Adam he was naked.
No, wait a minute.
So what did he say? Look, we having this casual conversation, and then he said, "Oh, by the way, Claude, you naked." What? What do you mean?
They became aware that they were naked.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody told them they were naked. You're right. They became aware.
So you don't think they knew they were naked before that?
No, I don't. Well, I mean, in a biblical sense, I don't. Because it wasn't the nakedness; it was the shame. So it wasn't so much that they was naked. Animals and all the other God's creations run naked all the time. Nobody covers. It was the shame that they were aware of. They were aware of shame. They were shamed. They were shameful.
Oh, they became shameful that they were aware that they knew that they were naked.
Right. But prior to committing the sin, there was no shame. There was nothing to be aware of. There was no recognition of their nakedness other than there was nothing shameful about being naked.
Mm-hmm.
Until they sinned, were they aware of their nakedness?
Mm-hmm. I don't even know where that came from.
I don't know. Any feedback from any of our listeners? I'd be curious to see.
No, I haven't seen any feedback lately. I haven't been on TikTok that often either.
No. Okay.
So, cleaning between your toes. Well, how would you describe that?
In between getting your toes done at the nail shop?
No, you're in the shower. You ain't getting no assistance here.
Most showers got a bench. You just put your feet up and you scrub. That's another reason why you don't do your face in the shower. You're doing some dastardly body parts.
You're doing some work in the shower, huh?
Wash your face.
So do you go in between your toes and because skin dies in between your toes?
All in between my toes everywhere with that squeegee.
And so technically you can say,
I start up here and go all the way down.
so if somebody look between your toes, they're not gonna see any toe jam.
I'm not gonna say that, but you ask me when do I use this? What do I do with my toes? Typically, every other week, I go get my toes done.
Oh, okay.
Go get them scraped, get my feet scraped.
So you get the dead skin cut off your feet.
Huh?
They cut the dead skin off your feet.
Yeah, skin, yeah. And then every now and then, when I'm really splungy, I hadn't done it in a while, I get that hot treatment.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it costs extra.
Mm-hmm.
But just to get your feet done, it's not that expensive for a guy.
Mm-hmm.
I
I think we went from the top to the bottom, from the hair to the face.
It's interesting, though. I mean, you're
to
right.
The ears,
But
the nose.
so, can you imagine what a homeless guy experiences, or a homeless woman?
No water.
No water, no
No
shave,
water.
no toothpaste, no
What's
toilet.
up, Uncle Joe?
That ought to be homelessness. Ought to be covered under. That shouldn't be no homelessness. That should be a thing covered by the United Nations.
Should never be homeless. And then you know Denmark. Let's do some local stuff. Denmark, they do free medical care.
Yeah.
They do free education up to the bachelor's degree. So why would they want to become part of us when we don't do that?
You know that right after the U.S. took over Thule, Greenland, blacks couldn't be stationed up there.
Really?
Yeah, Thule Air Force Base. Blacks could not be assigned there because it was homogenous white people.
It was that racist.
Yeah, you could not be assigned. I think that went into the 50s and 60s almost.
Wow.
Thule Air Force Base. It was an Air Force Base, Greenland. You could not be African American. You could not be stationed there. And I'm sure that's not the only location in the world where blacks couldn't be stationed.
I'm sure too.
Location.
That's been on the news this week about Greenland. And, why do we create a new topic every single week? Seem like I wrote down some stuff that I wanted to just throw out to you guys and just let you tell me what you thought. Trump sees his 7th tanker, and he's blown 100. There was 150 some people out of the water between Venezuela and here. That's how many people have been unalived. That's a lot of.
I think Trump. I don't think it's the oil he's after. I think Trump is after Panama and Cuba and all these other places that depend on that oil for their survival.
He's on the dictatorship.
Well, I think I think he wants every country in this hemisphere to be under American control.
And you got going all the way up to Denmark.
And look at you got a Cuban that's over the State Department.
Mark Cuban, yeah.
Rubio.
I call him Mark Cuban.
I think that's their agenda, man. I think we think it's about the oil, but the oil companies say we don't want that. It's too expensive to go over there and get it.
You go get it and bring it back. And then it's going to take them 10 years to build up over there and find it.
And they're not willing to make that investment. So I don't think it was ever about the oil per se. I think it was about Cuba and these other countries in our hemisphere that Trump, Panama, that Trump wants to gain control.
Okay, so he's claiming the rights to Greenland and thinking that it's his. He's meeting with Ukraine and Russia again to try and do a ceasefire. He's meeting with Israel and Hamas to try and do a ceasefire. He's invading the Somali communities, trying to do deportations.
I think the worst. You think that Trump not getting? You think if he had gotten a Nobel Peace Prize, that he wouldn't be doing all this?
He wouldn't be messing with Venezuela.
He had got the Peace Prize.
Yeah, that's why he's down there because he didn't get it and she
But
got it.
he's not going to be happy until he gets what Obama got.
Yeah,
Obama is the standard that he is.
He's trying to set himself after, right?
He's taken down everything that Obama put up.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Basketball course yet?
Huh?
Has he taken down the basketball courts? Did the basketball courts go in the first administration?
I'm not sure about that. I haven't followed that part.
I think the basketball courts he got rid of the first Trump administration.
He probably did. Also, he every time something don't go his way, it's about the tariffs. We're going to put tariffs on them. If they don't do what I tell them to do, we're going to put tariffs on them.
That's blackmail.
Let's bully. But the thing is, how dumb can you be? Tariffs, the consumer pays 96% of the tariff. I'm a consumer. That's us.
He don't care.
And he talk about it like it's you don't do that, I'm gonna take away your cell phone.
Yeah, if you got, but see, it cuts down the imports because if you selling me a product and I got to pay $1 more for your product, I'm gonna buy less of your product, and that's how it is to other countries.
And then you got the big ballroom going up over there without approval. You know, they're saying that they don't think that they need to continue with the building of that ballroom because he hadn't gotten any approvals for it.
But they didn't sign off on it now.
Somebody signed off on it, and it's a done deal. It's done. And there's no reason to stop in the middle of the country. he got where he needed to be, and now he can't be stopped.
It's gonna be a hell of a ballroom.
And then he gave $240 billion to ICE, and now they're talking about giving him another $40 billion in Congress. They still have not released all of the Epstein files, and nobody want to talk about that right now. They're too busy trying to take Greenland. And then I really want to say the Somali community. When I say the Somali community, and when he said them shithole places, he's not just talking about Somalia. He's talking about Inverness, Mississippi. He's talking about Valdosta, Georgia. He's talking about Birmingham, Alabama.
But I saw they got ICE immigration folks on the highways stopping traffic out of the cities in Alabama. You ain't heard nothing. I mean, right there in the medium, you know how they used to have state troopers? They got ICE vehicles.
It's getting out of control. And right now, ICE, let me just tell you what's happening. ICE is going to be his private military.
But see, them red states, man, like Texas, they're doing the same thing here in Texas. Alabama, Mississippi, the governors ain't saying nothing.
Well, they're doing exactly what Donald Trump wants them to do, right?
And black people in Alabama and Mississippi don't see immigration as part of their fight.
You better wake up.
They're not going to be out there protesting yet.
You know, the best thing that's happening up there in Congress right now, they're doing a Kids Online Safety Act. Because that ain't going to change too much. But they're trying to follow Australia, because Australia shut down anybody under 16 years old. You ain't going to be on no social media.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they shut it down. And so U.S. is coming back with the Kids Online Safety Act, which is they're trying to make the providers of these social media sites put barriers in there to keep the kids off. But you're trying to make them tell the kids to do right. They're not the parents of the kids. So how you gonna tell them to do right when they can't tell them that? Have you heard of the Board of Peace, Clark?
What now?
The Board of Peace.
Have I heard of it?
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
Well, that's replacing the United Nations, by the way. That's the word out on the street that Donald Trump came up with his Board of Peace, and he got nations to sign up for his Board of Peace. So now he's got a Board of Peace with about 12 nations on it that's a rival to the United Nations. So his Board of Peace is trying to override the United Nations and become the regulators of the world. That's what his Board of Peace is trying to do.
Wow.
So
yeah.
How do you get around something like this? All this stuff is so obvious. You sit back and you watch it. You watch it occur, and then you try and come up with a plan to make this go away. How are you going to make it go away when you are not giving it? How are you going to make this go away when you are not giving it time?
Oh man,
you
almost got to be watching the news 24/7 to keep up with this stuff.
And why do you think it's like that, though? What do you do? You've been around a long time. What do you do when you want people to be confused? You flood them with information.
The Board of Peace. I keep up pretty good. I hadn't heard about this.
You pulled it up?
Yeah, I hadn't heard of it.
What's the Board of Peace doing?
The Board of Peace is an organization established by U.S. President Donald Trump that purports to promote peacekeeping. The board was proposed in September 2025 and formally established 2 months later, in January 26, on the sidelines of the 56th. Oh, he did this at the World Conference, Economic Conference.
Mm-hmm. Donald Trump's on a mission. And his mission is not his mission because he ain't smart enough to have a mission. Whose mission is he working right now? Whose mission? Who do you think? Who do you think is pulling his string? He's a puppet.
Donald Trump is the chairman for life.
Yeah, he made himself that.
Leaders, chairman for life, Donald Trump. What kind of? How come this ain't getting no news coverage?
Because it ain't big enough yet. Even when he wants to get the more powerhouses in there. Do they say what countries sign up?
Yeah, the members are Argentina, Armenia, Azerbaijan, Bahrain, Bulgaria, Hungary, Indonesia, Jordan, Kazakhstan, and Kosovo.
Third world countries.
All Middle Eastern countries. And the white man in charge. Chairman for life. Not a 2-year term.
He's in his 80s now.
So he's chairman for life till he dies.
What's 20 years?
And then the following states have stated that they intend to accept Donald Trump's invitation to join the Board of Peace: Albania, Belarus, and Egypt. Invitees, these are the people that were invited, but they haven't responded yet. Australia, Austria, Brazil, Cambodia, China, Croatia, Cyprus, Czech Republic, Finland, Greece, India, Japan, and the Netherlands.
So he's trying to trump the UN.
The following, Canada was invited, but they withdrew. But Donald Trump didn't want them.
Who?
Canada.
Canada applied and Donald Trump didn't want them?
Canada was invited, but the invitation was withdrawn by Donald Trump.
They declined. They don't look at us as a friend anymore.
And then the following states declined: France, Germany, Ireland, Italy, Norway.
The other white countries. All of those are white.
Yeah. The members of the Board of Peace Executive Board was announced on 17 January. Nikolai Medvedev, High Representative for Gaza, appointed by the United States. Marco Rubio, United States Secretary of State. Steve Witkoff, United States Special Envoy to the Middle East. Here's the money guy, Jared Kushner.
Family.
Donald Trump's son-in-law, Tony Blair, former Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. Mark Rowan, CEO of Apollo Global Management. A.J. Banga, President of the World Bank.
See, these guys that he's mentioning right now,
these are money. Robert
Gabriel. These are the people who run this world. That's who that is. The World Bank?
Yeah. Is a member. Is a board member.
Well, let's look forward to seeing what's coming up on the Board of Peace. Do you remember Ryan Wedding?
Man, all those countries got natural resources, man, that the West won't.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember an individual named Ryan Wedding? He was a skateboarder turned drug kingpin. Well, anyway, he got captured in Mexico. He was an Olympic snowboarder.
And he was a drug dealer?
Yeah, that turned drug dealer and was probably one of the biggest drug dealers in the U.S. What? And they captured him, though. White boy.
Trump will probably pardon him.
I hope not. He already got some stupid shit going on with that pardon of all those January 6 people. That was dumb.
And they say some of those people that he pardoned work for the ICE.
Mm-hmm. Probably a lot of those people working for ICE right now. And it almost seemed like he wanted to build a clan within the government. And all of those, the ICE reports to him. Nobody else. They all go through Pam Bundy, but Pam Bundy is right under his butt. So whatever ICE is his own military, and he's going to build it up. Watch.
Ain't no FBI. Ain't no government watchdogs no more.
He's going to cut them all and place them on the ICE. He's going to change the name of ICE too.
Who is it? Who's over? Christy Nome. What's her job? She's over there.
Nome. And it seems like these women that we put in charge are high school graduates.
Yep.
They don't know jack. It's bad. And it seems to be in 247 coming at you live from a Black perspective. We want to thank you all for being here today. I'm going to ask our co-host, Mr. Clark Foster, to give us his summation of what we talked about today. And
well, it's been a good show. We talked about a lot of issues from personal hygiene to international politics and everything in between. So there's a lot going on in the world, and hopefully BNN 247 kind of fills in some of that information gap that people don't get every day. You can, and so I've really enjoyed the show today, talking about personal hygiene, talking about international affairs, and just other issues that, like I said, I haven't heard on any other platform other than BNN 247. So I look forward to next week's show, and I've enjoyed today with my host, Smith-Bey. Turn it back over to him.
All right. I want to thank you, Mr. Clark, for being part of BNN 247 and bringing in this show with all of your knowledge and skills. Thank you so much, Mr. Claude. Today, our topic has been about cleaning up a presentation. And just a final commentary is when you have an opportunity to represent something or represent somebody, you got to put your best foot forward. All of our lives, when we did something, we did it the best we could do it. When we got up and got prepared for our first day of school in the first grade, we were ready. We were clean. We had a haircut. I mean, we had our backpacks or whatever we were taking to school those days. We were ready. So why is it that when we get grown, we walk out the house, we're not ready? We ain't ready for nothing. You got to be ready when you walk out your house. You got to be ready. You got to walk out of your house as if you may not be coming back. Because you might not be coming back. And that may not only, I'm speaking for all of us. And, you know, Claude and I talk about who is this applying to? And I'll say it again at the end of the show, what I'm saying right now. This applies to our people with melanin in their skin. Our objective is to help our people learn some things that we may or may have went to sleep on. We're going to be woke. We're going to be that woke generation. And we're going to apply that wokeness that so many people are trying to put out. They're trying to put our lights out so we go along with whatever they decide. And if we don't get more actively involved in what's happening in our communities, they're going to put our lights out and we're going to go along with whatever they decide. And that's what it boils down to: power, authority, and who decides to take the responsibility. Are you going to allow them to take the responsibility for you? Because right now, they are responsible for you. And they're making decisions as if they are responsible for you. And when I say you, I'm talking about me too. There's something that needs to happen in this country. And it's not going to happen on its own. It's not going to happen unless we decide to come out of our shell and say what we need to say to America. You know, there's people out there right now trying to get you to feel what's happening out here. We want you to feel what's happening. If you can feel what's happening, then you can become a part of what's happening. And I say this time and time again: if a person is unalived in North Carolina, then it hurts here in Texas. If civil rights are violated in Florida, then they're violated in Texas too. If a Mississippian is denied a vote, then a Texas has been denied a vote too. And a lot of people say, well, you've been off the plantation for quite a long time. You all ought to be where you ought to be. Of course we ought to be where we ought to be. But we can't get where we ought to be because you're in our way every step of the way. I'm not going to pull up all the establishments we created and that were burned and buried and drowned because they were too profitable. We were making our own way in our own city, using our own currency.
and you didn't like that, you just be sitting there chomping at the bit, wondering how's that black man drive that BMW? How's that black man drive that Mercedes? Why has that black man got that $400,000 house? Where did he get that from? How did he get to work and wear a suit and tie to work every day? Where did he get that from? People are concerned about you, black man, and what you're doing, black man. That's why you got to walk in silence. And don't come out until you've made it across the finish line. And when you get to that finish line, you make it known who you are, where you are, what you've accomplished. And don't be ashamed to do it. If you haven't started writing your book already, you should start. Because that book tells your story. You got generations coming in this world after you. They may not even know you right now. But when they start to find out who you are, they can say, oh, he did this. He said that. Put your stuff out there. Let them know that you had to struggle and you made it to where you were going. The journey is where it's at. It's not the destination, it's the journey. Get in the journey. Make your own way. There's so much going on in this country that I am blown away with it right now, and I'm kind of upset about it, but it is what it is. TikTok has been bought by an American buyer, and you already know it's that man's friend. Now, how can you continue to do stuff that's questionable in America and nobody really wants to say anything? So it basically tells me when it does become a problem and aware, and then it comes out and they say this started a year ago, just like the Board of Peace hit the floor back in September last year, and nobody really knew about it until it was done in January. That's just one thing that we don't know. Can you imagine how many other things that are going on behind the scenes that we don't have knowledge of and that we're not privy to and that our taxpayer dollars are paying for? You know, the one thing that Claude just told us is who is handling the money for the Board of Peace. And it's Jared Kushner. Jared Kushner is Donald Trump's son-in-law? So basically, all the billions or trillions of dollars coming from all them other countries coming to the Board of Peace comes to the CEO who will never ever be removed. So he's solidifying himself in countries, not just individuals. Countries are giving this man their support. Are they giving their support because they're worried about being attacked? What are they giving the support for? Is there something that you don't see that we're missing here? Because if you got a 62% rating, a negative 62% rating, people dissatisfied with your capabilities, then that ought to be an indication of where we are in America. A 62% rating, a dissatisfaction rating here in America. You know, Lisa Cook works as a supervisor at the Federal Reserve, She was fired by Donald Trump, but he can't fire her without cause, and he had no cause because her record is squeaky clean. So he's been looking for her record. Donnell, what's going on with you? Ronnie, what's going on with you? I've mentioned a few things about what's happening in America today, and you got to kind of look at where there's all this stuff going on, and none of it is being resolved. Every other day, it seems there's something new being put on the news circuit, and the news is just going from story to story to story. Whoever reads and listens the most, that's what they do. Whatever they think is hot, that's what they show. And they don't care if it's relevant or not, or if it's making any difference towards you, the people. BNN 247 is a specific broadcasting show. And this specific broadcasting show broadcasts to black people. Now, although I'm calling them black people right now, there's no such thing as black, Negro, colored, nigger, none of that. That don't exist. That's some stuff man created. We all have nationalities. And just because we may have been relocated when we wasn't expecting it, that does not change our nationality. See, black people, there comes a time in everybody's life where you have to make your move. And if you don't see all the stuff going on around you where it may be time for you to make your move, then you may be missing out on something. Because there's a lot going on in America today. You got Russia and Ukraine. You got Israel and Hamas. You got the Somali communities. You got the tariffs. You got the big, beautiful bill. You got the ballroom. You got the $240 billion going to ICE with another $40 billion to kick it. You got the Epstein files. How can you have all this stuff going on at one time and keep track of it? They're bound to slip through the cracks. Many of those things. You know, every Sunday at 3:30 p.m., BNN 247 will broadcast live from a black perspective, bringing you the news in a way that's different than what you will hear on CNN and NBC and ABC. There's so much going on in the world today that there's no way we as a people can get a clear understanding for ourselves. The more we know, the better informed we are, the better off we will be. This is BNN 247, the Black News Network, the real voice of Black USA, broadcasting from a black perspective. We don't own the rights to the music, but we do own the rights to what we say. I want to say thank you so much for giving me your time. I mean, we hit a high milestone today, and I thank you for that. When it comes to viewers, I am so impressed, and I thank you a lot. I mean, we've been at it, and we're not going to quit. So join us next Sunday at 3:30 p.m. for another great show and another time. Have a great day today and a better day tomorrow. BNN 247. We'll see you.